Looks like we are live and alive on air on Google Plus. Love it. This is Brother Mac with I Want to Start a Damn Podcast, and I have a good buddy in here with me. This is so and so with Lowdown Throwdown, the Lowdown Throwdown Show, a new podcast starting off pretty soon. And there's his lovely lady and co-host.
Miss Allie.
That's Miss Allie with so and so. So check this out. This is a good friend of mine and brother. His name is Jose, also goes by so and so. And here's the deal. My brother here contacted me and he said, "Hey, how the hell you do that podcast stuff?" So I started talking to him about it, and he got a really cool idea for a show. So he and I talked about it a little bit more. So now he's in his planning stages, and he told me, he said, "Hey, how the hell do you do the interviews? How do you do the interview thing over Skype?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, it's called a mix minus, but haven't exactly done that yet, neither on our show nor on Seconds Count." And here's what happened. I said, "I'll tell you what, I'm going to finish the dishes. I'm going to get done with all the mom or and dadly duties and stuff like that. Everyone else is sleeping. I'll get done some stuff. I'll go fire up the laptop and I'll just go figure it out." So I went and figured it out. And I got to tell you, I found a bunch of crazy stuff on how to do mix minus. There's like, I saw this one great diagram, had all these little connections. I have here in front of me, as everyone here listening to I Want to Start a Damn Podcast knows, I've got the Audio Technica ATR 2100 pointing my little finger at it here. So anyone that watches this on YouTube later will see my Audio Technica. It's amazing, right? And then I've got my awesome little Dragon pop filter and my sweet extendy arm thingy, which I believe is referred to as a scissor arm. Why can't it be seen here? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right down there. Yeah. So anyway, all that's really cool. And then I've got this really nifty mixer. Hopefully I don't break everything showing you. This is my Alesis Multi-Mix 4. It's pretty awesome, and it works great. So apparently, in order to do this mix minus, I need some more cables to stick in and out of this thing. You need to use the main in and the main out, or maybe it's the line 3 or line 4 out. But it's one of the ones where I'm going to need more of the adapters that plug in, because you have your typical microphone. I'm going to show you one. I'm going to show you one right now.
I think you're showing everybody your personal microphone. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, yeah,
Show
yeah.
the
No. I knew that. I had to fold the computer screen down. So
okay.
what I've got here, this here is a typical jackpot thing for your microphones, right? Or for headphones, I should say. This does not fit into the mixer. And in order to plug this stuff into the mixer, I need one of the bigger outputs or adapters that plug in there. So I don't have one. I have one, and it's for my headphones. And I'm going to need more than one. I guess I need an in and an out in order to make it work. So I said, "Man, that sucks. You mean to tell me the only way I can do this is with more equipment? That can't be right. I got to be able to figure this out." So I did a little bit more research on this, and how the hell do I figure this out? And what I came up with was a little bit of Google Plus. When you do the on-air broadcast just like this, what I found is that it ties to your YouTube account. And I don't know if they always have to be broadcast live, but as you all know, we don't just record and then dump it right into the show and publish it for everybody. We edit it for hours at times with all the talking that I do. So with no further ado, here is my good buddy and brother, so and so. He's going to tell us a little bit about his show, where you can find him. And this is going to be a little test interview. We're even going to actually kill this interview in a minute and then bring him back afterwards to find out if we're actually able to bring the audio into Audacity. So let's do a little interview action. Hey there, brother. What's happening?
What's good, man? Thanks for having me. I appreciate the love.
Now, can I ask you a question? What are you using for a microphone to record with right now?
The Rode NT1, spent a little bit of money, but its main purpose was to actually record music, but after listening to the I Want to Start a Damn podcast show, it kind of inspired me, gave me some ideas, and I figured what better way to get my music out, at the same time helping a lot of other starving artists to get their music out, by doing something like a podcast slash radio show
Oh,
for
so let me
unsigned.
ask you to pause really quick there. Can
All
you
right.
are you using that microphone right now to talk to me?
No, I am not. I'm actually on my iPhone 6. I hate to plug that in there, but I'm rocking out on the Google Hangouts app on my iPhone.
Okay, okay. I was just wondering how what I was listening to in my ears for your voice. So that's good to know. That's good to know. That's cool on the other microphone. So now do us a favor and let us know where we can find your show.
We
Other
actually,
than I know it's not on iTunes and stuff yet, right? Because you
right.
just got things kicked off.
Yeah, we literally did it this morning. Took a little bit of time to come up with a name. Of course, probably find a thousand names that have already been taken the domain. So, um, ironically, one of the very first names that I came up with was actually available. It's lowdownthrowdown.com. So we purchased the domain. We followed your steps and pretty much trying to go in your same direction. Got the WordPress website started. It's kind of like, in its beginning stages. We're about to add more graphics to it, more pages to it. Hopefully, we'll have the episode up and running no later than Wednesday, and today is Sunday. No, Saturday. Well, it's Sunday where I think you're located right now, but
Officially Sunday
yeah,
here on the East Coast.
right. But yeah,
Or
man,
or
no,
or or as y'all always say, East
the
side of
far
town.
the far East Coast.
The Far East. Okay, so that's really cool. Now, why don't you tell us a little bit about what your show is about? What are you doing? Lowdown, throwdown. That sounds pretty cool. Sounds fun anyway. Go ahead.
Well, I looked up the word lowdown for those people who don't know what it means. It's like an enlightenment, intelligence, giving a message. So we're gonna touch on a lot of topics ranging from pop culture, like movies, TV show, music, of course, fashion, trends, as well as politics. Maybe touch on some subjects that seconds count. Probably not as deep. We don't want to catch that type of attention yet. But the throwdown part is where we're taking two unsigned or independent artists who are signed to independent labels. We're not really trying to push major labels who have their backing and the promotion tools that the major labels provide their artists. And we're just going to pit them against each other. We're going to take one artist, take his song, take another artist, take his song, play both of them, kind of give them a review, my personal opinions on it. Miss Allie's going to touch on some things about, give a female's perspective on things. And at the same time, we're going to allow all the listeners to actually vote and select who they want to hear. And whoever wins, they get picked on to, or they get played the next week.
Wow, you're gonna pick on the winner? That's
Yeah,
not nice.
we're gonna pick on them a little bit. You know what I
That's not
mean?
nice.
Take them out back, show them what the trap really looked like. But no, we're gonna actually bring them back for a second week. Then we're gonna pit them against the new challenger, a new artist with a new song. And if they actually go for 3 weeks, which probably will be a difficult task, it sounds kind of easy, but with the talent that I've already been scouting, I don't know. I think we're gonna have some good competition, but after 3 weeks, we're gonna retire them, give them permanent placement promotion on our website, and hopefully at the end of a year, around like the anniversary of all of this, maybe we can have enough followers, subscribers, listeners, um, and just a cult following that we can maybe lock in a venue somewhere. We can actually do the lowdown throwdown annual event where those winners come and perform.
I like that. That sounds like a really awesome idea. Now, I'm gonna jump back a couple of paces and see about where you're coming in here, because I like the angle. All right, so it's going to be really interesting. What I like about, I'm actually a little bit jealous about your show here, is that you're going to have some self promotion here. Now, I mean, podcasters, we have a problem, right? We like to sit here and talk. If we didn't, we wouldn't have a damn podcast. However, we want other people to listen to us. I mean, when you do it for the love, it's not that big a deal, right? You're doing it for the love. If you don't have a million listeners, while you want to get there, that's great. But how do you get those listeners? It takes some work. It takes a lot of work. And here and I want to start a damn podcast, and the show that we created it for, Seconds Count, we're really at its infant stages. So I have no idea. How do we get all those damn listeners? We got to figure that out. But one thing I like, and it pops right into my head when you hear you talk about your show, is that you're going to be having people that you're scouting them out, right? I'm assuming you're finding a singular source, or maybe not a singular source, but a source for these artists. They're online somewhere in their music, and you're listening to what they have. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's actually 100% accurate. We're scouting out people who have somewhat of a following or just starting out and really basing it off of talent.
And
And
in the talent perceived by you, yes?
well,
And I'm not, and I don't mean that negatively towards the folks that you're scouting out here. What I'm saying is you're using your judgment. Yes.
yes, my judgment, Miss Allie's judgment. Hopefully, we can, through this interview, hopefully I can learn a little bit about how to interview DJs that are, local or even, national, international, global. Maybe get some of their perspective on some of the music that we're playing, and we're really trying to touch on all genres, not just hip hop. And hopefully, in the episodes to come, we can kind of range out of just the rap hip hop category or that demographic.
Nice, nice. Now, going back into what I was talking about there, you're going to be finding these folks that have a following and whatnot online. I'm assuming under some sort of social media space, or maybe a music type social media space. And one thing I really love about this, and it immediately pops into my head, is that you're going to have these folks, you're going to tell them, obviously, hey, guess what? I'm so and so from Lowdown Throwdown, and we are going to have you pitted against another artist for next week's episode. So, what I'm going to do is get this show recorded, but I want you to start letting everyone know, hey, this is going to happen. And you're going to want them to come on here and listen to the show, and then have them go and vote for you. That's going to have other people constantly trying to share your show to have them listen to it. Now, is that going to get you a ton of subscribers? Maybe, but maybe not. But I will say this. You're at the very least going to get all of those people's direct friends listening to those individual episodes. My guess is it's going to make a really great way to auto grow your people and have other people growing it for you. You're creating is one thing that a lot of my followers on I Want to Start a Damn Podcast are going to recognize me saying 100 other times. But you got Dave Jackson from the School of Podcasting, and you've got my buddy Daniel J. Lewis. He's not my buddy. I've never talked to him once, but Daniel J. Lewis from the Audacity to Podcast, and all these other cats from Podcasters Roundtable. One thing that they have said 100 times here is you have to create value. Your listeners need value. If they get value out of your show, that's when you're going to have them listening. That's when you're going to have them coming back. That's when you're going to have them sharing your show. And yours is value right out of the gate. You're promoting your listeners. You are having people come in just to listen and vote for it. And all these guys, none of these guys are big signed artists. They're not the Eminems and the Biggies and the Tupacs and all these cats that have deals, and they've got their labels that are doing all their promoting for them. This is the underground hustler. This is so and so. This is Brother Mac. Pick it, yeah, right. This is us on the back end with our own music, making what we do, and trying to get everyone and their mother to listen and come to the show or listen to my CD or go get what I put on iTunes for $1.99, right? That's the guy that you're going after. And those are the guys. If if there's a hustle out there, those are the guys with the hustle. And
Yeah.
I think that's really awesome because they're gonna work. They're gonna work on it.
Yeah.
They're gonna work it for you.
Word of mouth is the best promotion. Everybody in business knows that, especially considering the fact that you're not putting any money into advertisement. Um, and like the effort that we put in to promote it, I'm hoping and I would assume that the artists that actually get, selected and put into the throwdown competition, that if they're really hungry, they're going to promote. All their fans are going to tune in. Meanwhile, in the, during the show, um, you know, selfishly speaking, of course, I'm going to plug my own music and
Of
hopefully to
course.
steal
Why
some of
wouldn't
their
you?
fans, and it's just hopefully like the way I try to break it down is like we can help each other. Um, and of course, they view it as I'm helping them, but at the same time, I'm helping myself as well. So,
Well, as a very great man, and it's gonna take me a minute. That's the beautiful part. My favorite part about doing the podcast here is that I can edit all this shit out later.
edit my ugly face out.
We're not doing a video podcast right now,
All right, sweet.
so I'm not too worried about that. I just gotta find a comment that I posted yesterday.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna fit with that.
Should play like
Damn.
Jeopardy music in the background or something.
I don't need to. What in the hell?
But I mean, I think personally, I think that there is a way that you can actually do this. Um, Once we get the interview thing, figured out, I think if you contact the right people who can add value and substance to your show, if they really have a message that they're trying to promote, if they're an activist or if they're, somebody who's well known in the neighborhood and they have supporters, they already have a following. Um, of course, they can then turn around and promote, hey, check me out when I was on Seconds Count. And again, you'll have people who could do the same exact thing for your show.
Yep. So, there's some interesting stuff that we plan on doing some neat things here. Like, obviously, you're going to end up promoting this particular episode
Of course.
because we went ahead and interviewed you for it, and that'll be for I Want to Start a Damn Podcast, and I think we're definitely going to get some interesting things going with the Second Count one as the show progresses. Now, here's the statement I was going to make before. When you said you're going to help yourself, of course you're going to help yourself. Now, don't get me wrong. You're going to do things. I know you. You know me. And we like to do things for charity if and when we can. We like to help the fellow man because we have the ability at times to do so. But at the end of the day, I'm going to quote a very famous quote here. And it's, I swear by my life and my love of it, that I will never live for the sake of another man, nor ask another man to live for mine. And that's important. If you don't take care of yourself, if you don't live to further yourself, then what are you living for?
See, a lot of people I know like to put people above them, and I'm all for that. At the same time, it kind of boils, and it might sound real selfish, again, selfishly speaking. I feel as if I have to put myself first because if I don't take care of myself, how can I take care of the people that I care about and that I want to take care of? So in a way, it's not putting them down, it's just bringing yourself up,
But that's
motivating.
exactly the point of that quote. But now
Yeah,
we're starting to get into a seconds count discussion instead of I want to start a damn podcast.
you're right.
But
Hey, you
again,
plug it, man.
the magic of podcasting and the editing. So what's going to be interesting here is trying to find out how this whole interview aspect is going to work. Now, I didn't really plan on any questions to ask you. This wasn't even a planned interview, but it's going to be kind of fun. And for the record, I'm probably going to leave it on the YouTube channel. But anyway, yeah, you got rid of the purple pillow. We're okay.
All right.
So listen, What we're going to do right now is we're going to stop this broadcast. We're going to stop it. And then we're going to start another one. Okay. Right. And what we're going to attempt to do during our show here is take that first one and put it into Audacity and see how that works.
All right.
And so I will stop and we will send you another invite momentarily.
All right, bro.